happening, everybody? Okay, we're in the very beginning of the holler, where it goes from the field area to the woods. You see that it's the down tree. You've probably seen some previous videos. And that's the pond area that I can slip up into. It has those little ditches dug out, right? A short clip. Recently, I think it says 1025 scouting. Look at that oak. I believe it's a white oak here. White oak there. I don't know if there's another one there. You get what I'm saying? I mean, if you just look in here at all the trails come down in funneling. So I go in here. I'm going here. Some digging going on there, but I think it's just because they drag so much. But there's a bunch of little pockets back here. I'll show you on the way up. There's all these different levels, right? There's one side of the mountain, that's the other, obviously. It all funnels down in. We got up to the ridge on this side, and this side we go all the way. That side's just to the ridge, right? Way back, right? You guys been all the way in the back with me already. But this is where I was looking down, and the deer came out of the doe. It chased me or circled me, right? In the last scout. But you can see like how they come down. There's trouser here, see that right there? Swoop. I mean, and how, like the main trail, you see how that level goes on there. It's right up in there. I'm thinking of stand up in that main trail, but up in the top here where everything meets, because that's a major intersection up in there. I mean, it just funnels all kinds of ways, including from outside and inside the property. But down here, I think it's a little bit of more doe country, plus, yeah, there's some water here in spots. This is where a stream rolls down. It's not too busy right now, but it's still wet down here. Then, I think there's more greenery, and it's probably some warmer areas, because they're protected from west winds and east winds. The only thing they gotta worry about here is the south winds. Right now they got a little bit of a north, or plus the thermal's dropping, so everything's going out this way. You can see here. Everything's going behind me. See? It's the way you want to come in. And that's what I like about the easy access on that. It's not always perfect, but let's get up to the bottom of this oak here and see what we got going on. You see there's a trail there going from it. Trail there. Swing. I mean, they're just right through here. I won't be surprised if I bump one. I figured it's a little wet. I was working on a home project. And it was outside, so I didn't want to mess up my tools and whatnot. So wait for a drier day here. See how heavy they're hitting this. It's pretty steep, so you do gotta dig in. But, oops, damn branches. Falls. It's a big producer. It's just good gander of healthy trees. There's some anyway. Here's another branch of trails. They're coming in. There's like 1, 2, 3, all coming in down here. This is the final spot here in a sense. They're probably coming down for these oaks in the water. The acorns that eat. And that's where it starts to go up back in there. I never climbed up this far of it. To be honest with you. This year is probably the most. Oh, it's only been a year, but boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's just whoa, 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 whoa. There's a field over there, my neighbor's yard. A field up on that corner, and then we have a field on the other side of this mountain here. So there's an opening plus the ponds up there. So the open area there still gets some sun. And them fields, and then this stuff stays warm. So there's something going on there. I don't know how much they like ferns, but worst case scenario, huh? But up in here they cross a lot. It's kind of easier to do, but they definitely hang out down here. I would be surprised they're watching me right now. Wow, cool though. They say this is the easiest way to go up if you look at the topo maps. And frankly, if I was following the wood all the way, it does look that way. I think it's a little steep here, but over that side softens up a little bit. Like if I was to make a trail. Alright. Let's see here. Let me stop bullshitting. Which way do we go? I'm thinking here. I mean, I could post up along that broken tree, that busted down tree. Just post up behind that on the ground, and then I'd have a lot of clear shots from all these different avenues, right? And it's less likely they're coming up over that tree in most cases. So, most likely they're going to come in behind me, and I can always make sure it's the day I got the wind in my face, so it's going down and out, which time of day you can pretty much always do that with the thermals. That's what I'm thinking. And this is coming from a complete rookie. Just a lot of YouTube videos and, using your head, right? I mean, you can see. It's not too hard. If you got the traffic, you'll know it. You know what I mean? This stuff stitched in from traffic. We got continuous. Shroom, shroom. There's another one right there. And another one. It just crisscrosses. They just go every which way. I guess one of the things I could work on is trying to get them to come certain ways, or just go for, the sections they like out. I mean, most of it's better if you're going with the nature. Don't fuck with it too much, but you can direct this stuff, right? This is Heavenly Avenue right there. see down here, so let's go this way. See, it's easy to walk this too. Believe it or not. Damn it, severed a branch. Because it's notched. Well, you know. Heavy drive. We can't hunt your firearms in West Virginia, so. Since what I'm hunting with is in that category, we gotta wait. But I don't think the rut's fully gone yet. You see how there's a line there, a line there, line, you know, you can see all the pass. And that's where it kind of tips out up there. And there's a road that wraps around this. Goes around that way and around this way, but it hasn't been cleared in a while over here. I think it's a little jammed up. And I gotta find the lines exactly there for that, but I think it would go to a certain. I think only one little piece is not ours. Right at the round tip on that side of it. And then it comes back into our property, so Jeremiah and or my neighbor and I are pretty cool, so we may be able to work that out. If I ever clear that out. Because then it makes it to where I can, most of these roads that are on this property, it can be my roundabout, you know, how to get through and around everything and reach all the corners and stuff, or close to, you know. I don't have to make new ones. I like to make cut-throughs too, but he's got to go through that to go up to his well up there. He got to fiddle with that, but that's not under his operation technically. He just gets free gas from it. So I think he's done hooking up to that. We're redoing mine. Anyway, so yeah, it's I'd see there's a lot of traffic behind that tree on the other side too. But maybe post up around that. And this down tree as far as ground goes here. It's like a belt feeder. Whoops. No, don't do that when you're hunting. I don't think it's the end of the world if we do a little bumping when we're not hunting, but that was enough crazy noise. Yeah. Alright, this is kind of archy here. And look how that all these they blocked the road. So I'm going to jump over and climbing up and over. There's a lot of that there. This really tightens up here. Let's see. else in there. It's like a little down water valley. It's one of the ways the water washes down in a tiny little notch. Looks like a little something. Might be a bed in there. Or a traffic spot there. This, you just see kind of what they see, huh? A little bit. Kind of understand what they would do. I mean, ain't a man out here. I don't see it necessarily, but you know, but looks like it does kind of flatten out on that side better, doesn't it? Huh. Is that the rain? Yeah, we're supposed to get a little bit of that. Alright. Yeah. Let's go see what they see on that side. Really interested in maybe one of these trees up here, but I only got one stand so far. I think it's better off being used up top of this so far. Where I'm not sure yet, but I did redo it to where it'd be a nice first setup to work with. I see her going like that. Nowhere to. I mean, it's. You just never know where they're coming from here. Although, you know they're going to be in that area. Some monstrous vines, huh? See these little flat spots, man? Yeah, nice little notches to look out in there. And then they can smell these splits above them. At least when the thermals are coming down. And the wind's coming up, they can smell what's coming down here. That's an interesting spot. I kind of see what's going on down here. Let's try that level there. See if we can get there. Because I can see it's used. see? That's what I'm trying to say. Nice flat bed. Ain't nobody slipping right into this. A little buggy again. If you can wrap around or get into them from this side. A lot of thorns here though. Anybody count on that? Yeah, that's a trail there. I mean, they're came up. They're going up and down that part. Let's see if we can figure out where some of our lines are here. Get up to this road, part of the road. One right there. The easiest way. One right here too. I can grab on the lines. There's some serious lines. What is this spot? See that? If not one particular sun. You got thorns all here. All that brush. Nothing can come in, right? See what's going on down here. All you gotta worry about is here. We're there. Which is 1, 2, 3 exits, right? Alright. Let's take the easy exit. What appears to be. I think right up here is where the road is. marks on that. This is definitely one of them levels that wraps. See, and then we go down like that somehow or another. I don't know the exact line, but this is what I'm seeing. These ratters more above. Another level above this. This is fantastic though. Alright, I'm gonna check this out on this real quick. Be right back. Okay, I'm still low. I should come up a bit there. I think it's just to go up a bit there. So frankly, even this, being up behind around this, might not be a bad spot. Let's go one way or the other here. We gotta figure this out. I'm thinking. Maybe go this way. Probably smoother. And then we can see. Maybe I can find a marker. It should be a little bit more gradual. Stones. Yikes, around stones. It's kind of a hanger, huh? I bet they're scraping out what it is. Indents here. This is bedding. A good spot anyway, I'd say. And not a bad spot. Sit on and see the name, like use the bulbous for cover. Somewhere around here. Unsaid orange. That's this gas line. I think coming from the well. Okay. Gee, that kind of looks good. I guess that was the good though. That right there, right? I don't know where the line is. Don't see markers. Let's see if I can find one back this way. But it's definitely scenery, isn't it? Crossing the river, it's great. Great cooking. Nice through. Now it kind of snakes up. Probably easier to go to the very tip and see. So I'll be able to see where the well is. Thorns. Acorns. You know what? I wanted to collect some acorns. These are some tiny guys. And they're empty. Let's do it on the way up here. It looks or some. Oops. Hitting the radio button. Yeah, so I'm trying to. There's probably still leveling up here. Let's find out. There should be marks here somewhere. You see his line is here, right? These are. I'm wanting to get some more for Texas girl. So we can add to her different trees. And of course I didn't get the acorns down there. I'll find some. They're not cracked either. They're still alright. So you can try some out and see what happens. Oh, it's still pretty fresh. Alright. Cool. I was hoping to trip over some more now. Out. Does that actually start going over that way? I don't know. I still think the flat's down there. Hopefully look over this so we can see. See, there's more of these dugout things. Like someone was hunting off of these spots right here. See what I'm saying? Get a nice flat spot. Alright. Anything comes around. Crosses over here or there. My thing is where is this line? Oh, what do we have up here? They're definitely cruising around here. Oh, that's like ditches here. Even if I'm on his side, there should be lines. That's all these trees are too new. I'm not sure that's hard or not, but no, I'm not worried about it. I can work with him. Yeah, I just know it breaks somewhere. These tops are always thorned up. Holes for old drills, old wells, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Or tailings or something from it. Yeah, we're gonna go up. I think that road's up here yet. I gotta figure out how to get there smoothly though. This is a little thorny, but doable. Now we're getting into road level. Ow! Guess you're not supposed to grab the thorn part. You're trying to break it off. What do we got going on here? Let's see where we're at. Okay, I found the road level. This is what I was talking about. This big fat flat up here. Look at this. All kinds of flattened out, stirred up stuff. Scrapes and whatnot, you know what I mean? Frankly, I think somewhere in the middle of all this line here is where the property lines split, like in this middle of this, top of this, and that's the stuff that was blocking it that I was looking through, plus a lot of green brush still when I was up here last. This is about a week ago or so. But look at how they're running this all the way around, you know. I can figure out what in the middle is. I'm about on that line now. Basically, he has that gas line pretty much on the line when it comes to the on, except that's, you know, anywhere near correct, but you see how this hooks around, right? I can hook around this. You see, there's as well. There. It goes onto his property for a short bit and right back onto ours. There's this line there, see? There's his well there. So it goes down around and goes right down the middle, which is kind of cool. He's a good dude. He's not the type to take your shit, but also stands up for his, protects his, right? So I would think something up here has marks on it. There's some monstrous trees that fell up here. Plenty of firewood, that's for dang sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, some of that's over there, but you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, there's plenty of that over there. But where is the line? Is my question. Oh, acorns. We got acorns. I'm trying to get them too. We want to get them for. Let me look at these oaks. This is like a heaven for the critters. They got everything I could want. Look at him. Broken. Alright. I don't know what kind they are, but they're acorns. Where is this line? I don't know. I'm going to see it. I know I'm probably technically on his side or damn close to it. Now, let's follow this bridge up here. This is pretty clear. I can see what's going on up here pretty well. You see what I'm getting at? That's a big flat line. Wraps around. goes through, and that goes to the road that we jumped on down this ways a while before. I think that brush is what I was running into. It's basically right back here. It starts becoming orange again. Yeah. It's kind of oh, everything's weird right now. I'm gonna do another check and see where I'm at. Okay, so we came from here back in there, straight down the line, and then basically kind of like this, right? Because that's the way we go. Right around here, the line crosses over, so that little tip to about where that well is on his property. So, like, can't clear those trees and use that as a roundabout and go roundabout this way. And I'll come up around through here. Here. Uh-oh. You're okay? My radio is doing goopy stuff.
It happens that you managed to come through clear.
Okay, yeah, I think I hit some buttons with it being in my back pocket and climbing up some of these hills here. And, yeah, it was doing goopy stuff. And I just realized it, so I wanted to make sure you're okay.
It happens. Have fun.
Okay, see you in a bit.
I love you. Enjoy.
Love you too, baby. So, yeah, like, you know what I mean? I could probably kind of make a clearing here. I mean, with a machine, you know, like a four-wheeler side by side, easy to cruise through this, just clear some of that. You know what I mean? One of these spots, come cruise right over. That means the blue line should be down in here somewhere. And we can go down this way. Follow the yellow brick road. Oh, jeez. There's definitely all kinds of action up in here. Ain't dudes in it right now. Probably heard me coming, but if they were here, I just don't see a whole lot of scraping around here. That's dead, so I ain't gonna count that as anything. Oh, maybe this is a little bit of something. That tree. Right there. It ain't green. Maybe older. Rubs. Let's, yeah. Try to go down in the, let's see. There should be something that marks this to the hell off. Somewhere around here is the mark. Look at that. There's a whole other. Yeah, can't see where it's at. That's the bitch. But I mean, somewhere right there I could skip her. Just like the animals are. I imagine hunting off to the side of this would work too. There's definitely traffic coming through. It thickens up here. One of the problems is it goes all the way around, right to the other side. I was trying to figure out a way to I don't know if I want to go all the way back there again. Because back around there, the way this falls around on the very back corner, I want to be able to jump up and then come across. Because this is on our, the left side, they say. This was just how it is. Where they flatten this at one time. That's a hell of a cliff there. Probably some decent spot to bed a little bit, I guess. And sometimes, depending on the weather. It's like I'm getting the wind, everything that's coming up. And both sides are coming to them nicely and what whips around this. And these trails, this road, the way it all whips around, there's the beds on the other side. Matting down here. Here's the beautiful matted. This definitely matted down here. Right there, it's matted. Oh, what a cool adventure. Some tracks there. Some fresh there's nuts too. I probably got enough of them. Pockets of nuts. I got the hickory I wanted to find. This is some kind of like pecan family nut. This here, these here. That's supposed to be in like the pecan family. I don't know how edible they are. So, humans, but there's the other day I found hickory, which we can all eat animals in this. See, I mean, this is like it's somewhat mad. Like they come down in this little hole and just crash out because they can get a good view and sense. And I think that's the very top of our property up there. I've been this far. I took you guys last time. I think I came in somewhere around here. Somewhere around one of these spots. Alright. My main thing is up here though today. I'm not gonna go back there today because it doesn't matter. I'm not making a road. What I want to do is figure out how that road wraps around. Or it should be clear of that. And then maybe we're to put a stand up over here. And this hook. This might even be where I dropped in that last time. Yeah. That's a little high right now. Yeah. I can handle it, I'm sure. Let's do it this way like the animals are. Here's. There we go. This is a trail. That's a trail. There's a lot of rubbing up in here. That doesn't look natural. What was here? Something going on back here. They're definitely cooking through here. This is where I came through before. Yep. And rubs. And there's rubs. They're using this. And stuff here. I feel like I hear something up back in there. Maybe somebody's working a well or something. You see what I mean here now? This side seems bushed in. Let's see. Here's where I was thinking about. Where do I put a stand in here? But that is the road on the other side of that pile stuff's just from trees falling. And that's the end of it. There's dugouts, I guess. Could be. Like I do a morning stand. I can climb up this road and stuff. Where do I tuck it to where I can, watch all this traffic up here and get a little bit of that maybe. Get some cover. Right through here. It swings around, right around there. There's that little kind of a dip hook over there. I definitely hear something going on back there. Let's go take a look and see if it's on our property back here. Keep an eye out for different nuts. That's the hickory. It's the hickory. I think that's the hickory tree right there. Around. Awful lot of action throughout here. I mean, just I think that ranch there is held up with that tree there. Scary shit in this here. Huh. Yeah, it's a big clunk. Starting to get my climbing legs back. I think there's a throughway that way. Well, now I see animals going this way. Let's find out. Is this the way I want to go? Sounds like they're working well. But it itself is running. It's just doing its thing, I think. Might be back on the other well. Well, there you have it. There goes the oil and gas well there. I had no idea it was that noisy. Well, while we're over here, I wanted to check something else out over there. Well, the only downside is you don't get to get the harvest of the oil around here, because everybody owns, a lot of the old money owns the well, or the mineral rights. And you gotta give them a free way in, which, it makes the trout clear. You know what I mean? Only bitches some of the better ground flat-wise if you were going to try to grow something. It's clear, but you'd have to clear a whole forest and stuff. I'm not really, don't need to do all that. I'm not trying to make a farm. Just a deer farm back here. Some fun trails here and there for cruising around, enjoying ourselves. And then enough to grow enough vegetables for ourselves, and enough maybe extra for other places nearby to fill in. Yeah, that's another man-made lake where I can make a decent trout. Even looks like they got a good trout going. They do like it up here. When I bumped them before, they were up in here a lot. Figure since that's running, and we land up over here. It's supposed to be like a. See, I'm just trying to figure out how I can see and access some of that land down there. Yeah, I came up here one year, and they're all back in here. The bucks were, I think, we're back there. Oh yeah, they were bucks. Ours goes up to a point up there. There's a field right up here. It looks like that would be one of our main points to work off of. It might be easier to get there from there. Put a van pipe there, man. Gotta make a road here. Fix it. It's up down here. Let me see if I can get across this without sinking. Yes. Excellent. That was down last time I was up here. This clay's some tough shit, man, I tell you. As soon as it gets partly dry, it's hard again. Don't get it stuck in your shit. Right down in here, I think. I think it's down on this hill. It's below those tanks. There's like a hoop trail going around. And somewhere around here, there's another hickory there. I wonder. There's some really nice trees in this room right here. That's because it's so close to the property line. I think harvesting was, you know, they hold back a little bit, but if you see some of them are doubles like that there. When they're split like that, they tend to be ones that were cut and then they regrew out that root system. That's ugly looking out. Yeesh. I need machines to take care of some of that stuff. I can't do it with on feet. Yeah, not with my body. By myself. At least not with my skills with a chainsaw yet. I need to feel more comfortable first. That gas line there. That's some crazy shit, huh? Whoop. Is it a gas line or an oil line? See, I wouldn't want to make a road right there. Like, you know, think about using one of these gullies as a cut down. Man, the fuck in my way. I don't know where I'm at. I might be kind of on their stuff right now. But it's somewhere around this area. You would think there'd be painted marks, especially with these old trees. And there ain't shit. I guess everybody just assumes you know, or they know because they've been to it. I'm just going to have to get it probably resurveyed or whatnot so I can tell exactly. And maybe stay back a certain amount, just, you know, for most things. But there's some big lumber back here, man. This is probably some pretty good money now. All of it, I don't know if I want to do it all, but if I did do it here, what would happen? All this low growth would fill in, and then it would really give it a blanket. Now, granted, like I said, I'm not sure I'm on it. It might be back here more. I think it's somewhere in that point here. I think I just crossed over somewhere in this line here. Somewhere at this point. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, there's some monstrous trees. There might be a side by side up there, just in this or two. You know what I mean? And then it gives it a chance for regrowth. You get something out of it. You know, see, like right here. That'd be a good swoop now if they got that damn pipe there. Where's mine begin? And there's end. Is the question. It's somewhere around here. But yeah, I can't swoop. I'm gonna have to swoop on the high parts there. You guys are still there. All right. Of course, I can't see anything besides what we look at together. I can't. There's no screen on these glasses, of course. How do I dip down there? I'm thinking that's lower. So that'd probably get me down there easier. At least. Where does that line go? Does that go all the way? Yeah, see now. This is some craziness, I tell you. I guess I'll have to do it where the line's high. Back there even. If it gets cut off, you know what I mean? And who's responsible for, if it even any good anymore? Look at that tree on that thing. You know, if it breaks or something, right? Yeah. Well, it's not my fucking problem if something the tree sticks to that pole there. That's supposed to be a marker. I don't think so. Because that would be a weird spot for that, I think. But it's still going there, huh? I guess they're still using it. Looks like a freaking pretzel. Another thought was going down this way, using that landing they got going on there. It probably keeps going back flat, right? You know, maybe notched out a bit there for the wraparound. I guess it goes to this well if it's coming all the way over here. I see it coming there, so yeah. Let's see. Their lines seem to go that way. There's definitely stuff going through there though. Noisy fucking thing. See, if they're used to that shit, you know what I mean? I don't know bother everybody else. They ain't nuts. Can't say whether that marks are for though. Oh, thorns. Hug. So where to put the Treestand? More hickory. Alright. Looks like some kind of different acorns too sometimes. I guess that's the hickory? I don't know. I'm learning. There's an awful lot of them there. I gotta learn. Once I do learn. Smoker, here we come. I didn't get a smoker yet down here. The last one's at my mom's property there, and I left it up and said, you know, use it if you want, or let somebody else use it. Yeah, they're running through there, but it kind of looks like they were coming into there, right? But they like that trout there, huh? That gives them a great point to see what was coming in and out. I'm saying there's different levels right behind that. This feeder was here on the property since I got the property. I don't know if I want to hunt it, but I'm considering maybe just using it up here in the center location. That way it keeps deer on the property when there ain't nothing here to eat. And that looks like a bed, doesn't it? Huh? That's a bed. I'm getting in the middle of them thorn bush. You see, this was a little bit skinnier. And I think right there, you know what? Not right here. Yeah, they skits dug that in. That's where the spots they pushed in, but you know, it makes beds, right? Right up in here. This, all this. See how it's all matted down nicely? Right? Boom, boom. And then there was some nice scrapes, I think, right around there last year. Which, I don't know. This could be the deer because the water's right there. And, I mean, the doe. Like this here. And I mean, I have been walking through. That's, you know, trails too, but I bet you we find a rub up here. You get what I'm saying? If I use that, feed them, keep food up here, even if I'm not hunting, it'll keep them in place. You know what I mean? The food and water's right there. That keeps the doe. It means bucks are going to come through if they're not standing own property themselves. Right, this is all premium bed. I would say it's got thorns all around them. Got plenty of cover. Why they're not here right now, I don't know. But they're definitely aiming through here. I don't think it was this spot. I think it was this way. Or is it that one? There's a little community center here somewhere. But these thorns are only real thick. What the heck is that? American tent? Or a blind maybe? I mean, it's a good spot. Kind of. Yeah, okay. I'll have to figure that out somewhere down the line. I think he's dead. I guess it was back here a little bit. Well, I thought it went here or there and came out to the back of the feeder there. I thought it was like this line there. But there were so many thorns growing in. I guess that ditch feeds the pond. Level with it. What? I thought there was a kind of a trail here. It ain't really. Okay. Yeah, I swore it came wrapping around here somewhere. Never noticed that before. It just was kind of clear something happened or something fell and stuff. Yeah. Back over in this side. Yeah. It's just kind of peeking to see. They can tell something's been back here. I think it was just a well, guys, but I'd say that would be deer. You see, they're just doing that, but this here, this is deer. Like they go up in here and this is what I'm paying attention to back in here. And it's swooping through here. And a little bit of a funnel coming on here. I sat up there one day. But down in here would probably be better to sit in that corner or something. Maybe up in that tree there. There's traffic coming in from here, there-ish, there. These lanes here. Some of you guys might have not seen this part, but they cruise through this. When you get down here, they cruise through this level there. And it kind of wraps around. There's a thing or two that knocks it down. This one runs off electric motor. Probably quite still got the same dang noise though. But if they're going there, looks like a trail that goes down on that little level there. I mean, I know there was. I came up through here before. There's different to-doops. No, this ain't a bad path either right here. If you wanted to. Right there even. Huh? This is going to wrap down around there. I'm not going through all that right now. I'm pretty tired. We're going to try to come around the other side here. Oh boy. Let's see. Over here a bit before we go up that. This is beating down. Smell the gas in a while. I guess that rag's supposed to hold it in. A little insane, but okay. Yes, you just don't light a smoke right here. It doesn't say it though. There's no warning signs. You go to a gas station, there'll be signs all over it. Where do you take it out? It just tells you what it is. You know, the thing. That's kind of loose. Around acorns all over. All that scraping there. And there you go. They like these, I think they call it cedar. The cedar. They tend to scrape a lot of the cedar around here. It's interesting. But, there's a lot of different matted spots. And boy, I think this is this here. Anyway, we got that. Alright, the old barn used to be up here. This is what this is. It used to be the barn. You see that line right there for power and for, I think antenna and stuff. But look at how, you got these monstrous oaks. There's acorns, there's walnuts, all around here. And then, look how flattened out this is. This was not like this. I was up here not too long ago. And they weren't up here. They got pushed out of their beds down there when they did the tree, or the, work on the power line strip. And I think they shifted up here. We got a whole lot more action because of the food, because of the nuts and everything. I mean, everything he needs here. Browse all around the outside edges. I mean, can't go wrong, right? I mean, look at this. It's excellent. Yeah, this is northeast or southeast base. We're facing south, basically. East is that way. Huh? What do you see in the hunt and stuff? Here, we got something else up in here living. You see that line coming in here? Ain't tied in anymore. Currently, anyway. I never really got to see it. What the hell? What kind of berry is that? You see that? There's probably something else they're eating on up here. And here's some fresh sign, eh? Don't get fresher than that. That's a big boy. They ain't little guys. Just below that matted grass. So matted down there. This is on the other side of the point, right? Just below the high point. Boom. It's like you hear when you see. You're right about this stuff. I mean, there's little matted spots down. And this is a traffic lane. I'm probably going